and welcome to today's vlog. Today I am going to tell you about my new wheelchair and give you a quick review of it. So after my last surgery and a lot of thought, I decided that it would be a good idea to get myself a wheelchair. Not as good on my feet as I used to be. I get tired easily, and sort of any walking really puts me out of action then for sort of quite a few days, sometimes up to a week. I'm in a lot of pain, I'm tired. So we thought, really, if I had a wheelchair, I could enjoy the things I wanted to enjoy. I could get out a little bit more, we could go for walks, we could do things like go to theme parks, and I wouldn't have to worry about sort of putting myself out of action for a couple of days afterwards. So we had a look around online, we looked at some different reviews of wheelchairs, I looked at different types of wheelchairs, and in the end I decided that I wanted to get myself something lightweight that was easy to collapse and pop in the car, but also something that I could propel myself. Predominantly my plan is for my husband to do all of the pushing, but I did want that backup so that I could propel it myself if and when I needed to. My mum actually found the particular wheelchair that I got. It's very similar to one I'd already seen on Amazon and had considered buying. We were just sort of, I don't know, I guess I was stalling really before buying it, but in the end we picked this particular wheelchair. I checked the reviews on it, I had a good look at it, I watched the sort of explanatory videos on the website, and it looked absolutely ideal. So the website we used is called careco.co.uk, and I will drop that link below. They also have showrooms around the country, so you can go and try out the wheelchairs and other things that they sell for yourself. They basically sell lots and lots of different mobility aids, so all sorts of scooters, wheelchairs, different kinds of wheelchairs, chairs, beds, lots and lots of different things. So it's a really good website, and the website itself is easy to navigate. There's lots of sort of helpful videos to look at so you can see exactly what you're getting. It's a really great website, and they have like an online help chat function as well, which is really useful. So the wheelchair we went for, it is a super strong lightweight aluminium, has quick release wheels, it's pink, and it has easy to adjust armrests. So it says, this is the description on the website: Candi puts your independence back in your own hands with a lightweight, thoughtful and clever design. Reliable function is matched with a touch of style to offer a more appealing self-propelled wheelchair fitted with everything you need for comfortable everyday mobility. The Candi has been designed for more comfort and convenience. The padded seat is coupled with height adjustable armrests and footrests, so you'll always be able to find the most comfortable setup. The armrests can be adjusted at the touch of the button, making them easy to get under a table. And then it says adaptable wheelchair seats are important when travelling longer distances, especially if you are prone to aches, pains and pressure sores. The chair's PU puncture-proof tyres are built to withstand longer journeys outdoors too. It says it is built from super strong aluminium, protecting you against rugged terrain without sacrificing the lightweight, easily transported design. With a half-folding backrest, the size of this wheelchair can be reduced in order for it to slide into the back seat or the boot of a car. Quick release rear wheels reduce the size even further, making this wheelchair one of the most easily stored and transported in our entire range. The 18-inch Candi wheelchair will safely and comfortably support a user up to 125 kilograms. This is ideal for users up to 19 stone and people wanting to gain their independence again. So yeah, it was perfect for me. So I placed my order. The wheelchair itself costs £270.99, which includes VAT. If, like me, you are on certain benefits, you can claim VAT relief on this. So I actually only paid £229.99 because of the benefits I'm on. A lot of disability and medical equipment you can get with the VAT reducer. It's always worth checking that before you buy. The same day I placed the order, a couple of hours later, I received a phone call, and it was CareCo themselves checking that I didn't want any optional extras, such as they offered gloves and padded seat rests, and I explained that I didn't want any of this. They asked me a couple of questions about delivery, if I was happy for it to be delivered to my house, and then they explained that when it was dispatched I'd get a dispatch note and I would be able to track it, and I would also get tracking updates when it was on the day it was due to be delivered. And I thought that was really impressive. I was really impressed with that. It was sort of a good follow-up call. It let me ask any questions I needed to. They made sure I was happy with what I'd ordered and just basically checked. Obviously it was partly an upsell. They wanted to sell me some extra bits, but I didn't need those bits, so it was fine. But yeah, I just thought that was a nice little touch of customer service. My chair arrived within a couple of days. It was really quick. It said on the website up to 5 days, but I think it arrived within 2. It came in a really big box, which luckily on the day it arrived there was a district nurse here redressing my wound, and she was able to get it into the house for me. If she hadn't have been here, it would have had to have stayed outside until Neil got home. Also at the moment, because of restrictions that are in place for delivery drivers, they weren't allowed to bring it into my house for me, so it had to stay outside, and luckily the nurse was able to sort of manhandle it in, but there's no way I could have done that on my own. So it is worth bearing in mind when you order that you might well need some help getting this in, so maybe have it delivered somewhere that, if you've got a friend or a family that can take it in for you, or if you can have someone, if you've got someone there with you to take it in, because I certainly wouldn't have been able to get the big giant box in by myself. So yeah, the wheelchair came pretty much fully assembled. The leg rests weren't attached and the back was folded down. It comes with instruction books and leaflets and a catalogue, and following the instructions I was easily able to pop the leg rests on by myself with no problems, and then they come off and go on really easily, so you can take them off if you need to fit it into the car and put them on and off really easily, so that was great. And that was it really. Super easy to assemble. It folds up sort of quite, I'm not going to say quite small, it doesn't fold up quite small, it folds up nicely and it doesn't take up a huge amount of space. Obviously you need space somewhere in your house for it. It's whilst it is lightweight and folds down, it is still quite a bulky piece of kit, so you do need somewhere in your house for it to go. Folds and unfolds really easily. Me personally, I was able to lift the seat up and push the seat down myself to collapse it and uncollapse it. The brakes are quite easy to use. I have noticed one side's brakes is much stiffer than the other, but I think that as I use it, it will become less stiff, so that's great. It's a really lovely wheelchair, and oh my god, it is pink. People think it is. Pink is not my favourite colour, but I do like pink things, and I like things to be a little bit different. I like to stand out. I like it when it's different, so the fact that this wheelchair is grey and pink just suits me really nicely. It's got a pocket on the back, so you can pop stuff in that pocket should you need to. It's not a huge pocket, it's just a small pocket, but you could put stuff in there if you needed to. I personally will probably keep my catheters in there because it just seems like a really handy place to have them. It does, on the pocket on the back, say Candi stitched in, which Neil said people are gonna think that's your name, which did make me laugh a little bit. People will think your name is Candi, I suppose. Even Rocco gave it the seal of approval. So last weekend, Neil and I took it out for a test push/drive. Neil was able to get it into the boot of our car. Our car isn't super small, but nor is it super massive. It's sort of a standard size car. The boot is quite a decent size, and I will say the wheelchair, whilst folded and with the leg rests folded back, but with the big wheel still attached, it did take up pretty much all of our boot space. It does say that you can keep this wheelchair on sort of your back seat. It's a good size to keep on the back seat. We haven't tried that yet, so I can't comment. But yeah, it did take up quite a lot of the boot space. So we're going to need to think about how we manage that space when we go on holiday. If we go away and need to take lots of bags in the car. So that is something we need to think about. So bear that in mind if you're going to be popping it into a car. It does take up quite a lot of the boot space. But Neil was able to lift it in and out of the car without too much of a bother. And we were able to pop it all back and upright into a wheelchair really quickly and really easily, which was great. Yeah, so we went to a place near where we live called Royal William Yard, which has got lots of pubs and restaurants and things, but it's all quite flat and paved nicely, so we knew it would be a good sort of a road surface to try the wheelchair out for the first time. I have used wheelchairs before. The last time I used a wheelchair for any great length of time was when we went to Florida in 2019. This was a very similar wheelchair, but I would say a lot more lightweight. So Neil pushed me from the car to a space at the back of the yard where we knew it would be quiet and I would be able to have a go at doing it myself without sort of lots of people being around and without feeling self-conscious, I guess. It was to sit in and be pushed. It's a fairly smooth ride. The wheelchair itself is really comfortable. The adjustable armrests are a great addition. They are really easy to use, so to push the arms of the chair in, it's like just a little button on the side. That was really easy to push in. The armrests lift up and down really easily, so that was great, and like they said, it makes it ideal. You can push them really low to get yourself under a table, and you can have them really high to rest your arms on. So yeah, that was a really good, the adjustable armrests are really great. Like I said, the brakes are quite stiff. The footrests, as on nearly most wheelchairs in this style, the footrests come in and out really easily, lift up and down quite easily. Again, one side, like the brake, is stiffer than the other. I think that will become easier with time. It was, like I said, it was a comfortable ride. I asked Neil what it was like to push. He did say he didn't think it felt that sturdy. He felt like it was a little wibbly wobbly maybe, but I think that's because the only other wheelchair he's ever pushed was the much heavier one we rented in Florida. He said the hand grips weren't too painful on his hands to push. He thought he'd be able to push it sort of for quite a long time with no problem, and the handles were a good height for him to push comfortably, so that was good. The wheels are good and sturdy, so it was easy to get up and down curbs and over bumps and things, and in the wheelchair it didn't feel too bumpy for me, so that was really good. I can sit in it quite comfortably. My legs feel like they're in a really good position. The wheelchair does come with a little like Allen key tool and instructions on how to adjust the height of the leg rest, so you can change that to suit your individual needs, which was great. I had a go at pushing it myself, so it was quite easy to move myself. I was able to propel myself really easily. My bracelet did catch on the wheels a little bit, so I was a little bit worried I might lose my bracelet, so I'd probably consider not wearing my bracelet if I was going to be propelling the wheelchair myself for any great length of time. But yeah, no, it was easy to push, it was smooth to push, it was easy to turn around, it was easy and smooth to use. Overall, I'm really pleased with the wheelchair. Okay, you ready for my fancy turn? Woo! And then I'll give you a 360. As you can see, I can get around quite well in it. Neil would not let me try and pop a wheelie, unfortunately, so I don't know if it is able to do tricks. But yeah, as you can see, I was able to move it quite freely. I could turn around in it quite well. I didn't feel lost in the wheelchair. It didn't feel like it was too big for me. It didn't feel like it was too small for me. It's a good size. Like I said earlier, the seat is comfortable. It doesn't feel too bumpy, and you can get like padded cushions for it if you wanted to make yourself a bit more comfortable, especially if you're at risk of things like pressure sores. It probably would be worth getting some sort of pressure cushion or padded cushion for the chair. I still quite mobile. This chair is just for that little bit of extra help, so I won't be spending huge amounts of time in it unless we're out and about somewhere. So I don't know, I can't at the moment say how comfortable it is for a long period of time, but the time I spent in it, a couple of times we went out over the weekend, it was really comfortable and I had no complaint. I'm really pleased with this wheelchair. CareCo were a great website, their customer service was brilliant, it arrived really quickly, the wheelchair is nice, it had great reviews on the website. And like I said, all the little videos that came along with the product pictures and information were really useful. And it was easy to put together, it's easy to fold up. It is, as it said in the description, lightweight, which is exactly what we wanted. I'm able to propel it myself quite easily, and Neil is more than happy to push me around in it. I'm really pleased. And I think if you're looking for a wheelchair or an electric scooter or any mobility aids really, I would urge you to check out CareCo's website because it really genuinely is a great little website. So with my new chair, we are hoping to get out and about to some theme parks in the next few months, so look out for some vlogs where I will be talking about accessibility in the theme park. I'm really excited to get out and about a bit more. I'm hoping that this chair will give me just a little bit of extra freedom and will make me feel, hey Vig, will make me feel less guilty for having to stop every 5 minutes for a rest or having to have 2 or 3 rest days after I've done any walking, which is such a burden on everybody. So I'm really pleased with my purchase. I'm looking forward to getting out and about in it and having some adventures. That was my review of my new Candi self-propelled wheelchair. As always, thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe for more chaos and nonsense from my channel, and I'll be back soon with another video.